Stormy. Stormy owe me an apology. Stormy sent her lawyers after me and shit. Some Latino lawyer that she had down here in Miami. I don't know. But Stormy owes me an apology. You got that video? I sent. Is that the video underneath? Coach Stormy? What's that video right there underneath? No. Which one is that? Which one is this? Just play it. It's okay. I didn't send you the titties on the key. Baby, I sent you. I'm sorry. Me and my husband send videos to each other in the DM all day to keep each other laughing. So he done f***ed around and I sent him this video. Let me show him what I sent you. This is the video I sent him. Look at he had sent me a video of a dude with 2 dumbbells, and then the dude had a dumbbell look like on his dick, and he was doing this, and then the dick was doing push-ups too. I mean, we send each other videos like that. Like, what the f*** is going on social media? So we unfortunately don't have the video, but I got the record. I'm sorry, y'all. Let me see what they talk about in the comments real quick while I pull up this video of Coach Stormy. But she owed me an apology. She was telling me I didn't know what the f*** I was talking about. She was telling me I don't know what the you know what I'm saying, I was talking about and all types of shit, and leave her man alone, and you know what I'm saying, she know what she doing. Keisha was lying, and you know she taking pictures, Stormy, with the girl kids on social media as a f*** you, this my nah. Yeah. Somebody said, oh my God, is that Derrick Jackson? I'm so done with y'all. Listen. Put the video on one more time. We'll put the video on one more time. Let it play to the end. Let it play. So listen. So back to Coach Stormy. So, you know, I'm calling her friends, letting her know, like, you know, we got proof that this right is scamming. He's scamming you, and he made a duplicate company under you, but because you too busy trying to, you know what I'm saying, trying to put on, because you giving women advice and shit, but you too busy giving them advice, you can't see what the going on in your own house. A whole woman came out to tell you, not only is this man a scammer, there's lawsuits everywhere. And you know what she does to say you to the woman? She poses pictures with her kids. She puts her arm around her son's neck to say, bitch, you. I said, somebody gonna Stormy ass up one day. Watch what I tell you. And it's gonna be on tape. It's gonna be on tape. Somebody gonna whoop that bitch ass. Watch what I tell you. I said, she got too much mouth. Too much motherfucking mouth. How you gonna pose with another bitch kids after she coming out to tell you that the she had the kids with ain't shit? Not only did he her over, he gonna do you the same way. And we found it in the system that he had duplicated her girl hold my hand company. And she was like, I did that. Stormy, why the would you duplicate your company? This man has a history of duplicating shit. Why the would you duplicate your own company? I know your ego was busted right now because you didn't think Tasha K knew more than you. She one of them bitches that thinks she know everything. Nah, bitch, you if you knew everything, you wouldn't have let that motherfucker move in your house. That's what Tasha K's for. Let me do my goddamn job. Girl, I'm holding your fucking hand. But you know what she want to do? She want to be a bitch and send lawyers. I said, all right, like this. I said, bitch, okay. All right, cool. She'll be back. You know what she posts? Know what she posts? Let me show you what she posted. Hold on. Quietly got rid of the motherfucker. Didn't tell y'all. Was holding hands with a power couple. Walking some commas. You know what I'm saying? Hold on. Let me pull it up real quick. Let me get this shit. Hold on. Listen to it now. Listen to it. Bitch, I'm going to take this as my apology, bitch. Okay?
Ladies, we gotta have personal integrity. You got to have personal integrity. You cannot just be dating anybody. Oh my God, the man you date is truly a reflection of you. We can't be out here talking about we women's empowerment and we these coaches and all this and be dating these low energy, no integrity, no character, capping, flexing, disrespectful, cheating. Can't do that. Can't do that.
Got word from Keisha. Keisha said, what I tell you? What did I tell you? I told you so. They are done. My son told me that he moved him. He moved out of Keisha's house. I moved out of Stormy's house because he was living with Stormy. And moved into an apartment with it looked like an old hotel, but it's 2 layers and you got the metal steps. Moved into an apartment with another bitch, but the apartment is in his son's name, okay? And it's the son's address and everything. And so this is what Stormy was talking about.
Ladies, we gotta have personal integrity.
Gotta have this.
You got to have personal integrity. You cannot just be dating anybody.
Hold on, let me put the other one up. That one's too bad. Hold on, we gotta close out with
You
this.
gotta have personal integrity. You got to have personal integrity. You cannot just be dating anybody. Oh my God, the man you date is truly a reflection of you. We can't be out here talking about we women's empowerment and we these coaches and all this and be dating these low energy, no integrity, no character, capping, flexing, disrespectful, cheating. Can't do that. Can't do that.
So that's after she found out that he was doing the same thing to her that he did to this one and other women that's in his life. And Stormy has some integrity. Send me a thank you. Send me a DM. Just say thank you, Tasha. Thank you. But let me tell you real quick, before we move on, I'm going to tell you how they met. Stormy was on Kevin Samuel's channel saying she didn't need a man. Do you remember that? Remember that when she was on? She was just like, well, I make 7 figures and I don't need a man. And he was like, okay, so what you doing here? Now, I can't remember verbatim what the conversation was, but she went on there as a high-value woman saying that she did not need a man. She wasn't looking for no man. She didn't want to be married. She didn't want all of that shit, okay? Let me see the comments because I know some of y'all done seen this shit. Yeah. I don't know if y'all remember that. Right after that live, guess who sits in on her? BK. Because BK looks for wealthy women the same way he looked for Keisha when Keisha was making all that money as an accountant. He set his eyes in on Stormy and swept the bitch off her feet, okay? Because she needed to be off her feet because them dogs is a barking from all that stripping and shit. You know what I'm saying? Like them toes is up, sitting up just like this. Bitch got to get a chiropractor to stretch them motherfuckers out. So yeah, she made herself a target, then paraded the without doing her research because she thought she was just that bitch. Oh, it can never happen to me. Oh, you are Keisha Cole, bitch. Okay, they coming for your money, young and old. And because you were a motivational speaker, you was in a strip club, you was used to drugging and robbing, okay, that you couldn't get played you. Nigga played you. Played you. They ain't know each other from no younger years. And that's the story she gave y'all, just so when he came out, he didn't look like a new because it's embarrassing. Fuck out of here. Moving on. All right, here we go. Megan Thee Stallion. Ooh, this is her year. Look at her. She done got 1 jail. Another nigga to apologize. Roll the video.
Man, Megan, we haven't talked since 2019. So we've been going through, I guess what you guys see online, and like I said, that's unfortunate too as well because I never wanted to, have a situation where I was, going back and forth with her on the internet. Kind of like a couple of months ago. I just wanted to revamp the company and bring in a whole new fresh face, look. We're trying to rebrand the company and give us a new look. We had our reputation was kind of real bad out there. So I just wanted to go directly at that situation and just kind of, start from fresh. I have to take responsibility for anything that happens over here at 1501. But like I say, things happen. Like I say, I got a lot real fast, coming from another lane and all that type of stuff. So a lot of things came at me real fast, and that I had to learn real quick. And in the process of that, you don't always make the right decisions, or you might make a few mistakes here and there, and you have to take ownership for that. So. That might be the case for me at this point, and so that's why I'm at a point where I feel like I want to bring a whole new system in, a whole new team in, and just revamp the whole system. But I never had any problems with making Thee Stallion. It's just the social media stuff. It really just turned really sour. You take this social media part out of it, we don't have a problem. So to answer your question, yeah, this is a moment for me to where I'm done with that. You won't hear me mention Megan Thee Stallion name in the media unless I'm doing something like this, or it's just a big time interview where I gotta say it. But you won't see me like texting or making a post or doing any of that stuff. That would cause social media to go crazy.
We don't have any disdain for anybody. Meg, Rock Nation. I mean, at the end of the day, they are a business conglomerate. They are business people. We don't have any discrepancies towards any of them. I think it became more of an emotional thing from the beginning, not realizing that I haven't spoken to my artist whom I found, since she went into the meeting. And it's like, I would be in my feelings at first.
I never had no problems with Megan before any of this stuff happened. It's just like literally one day, we was cool, and literally the next day we wasn't, like literally, So, I haven't spoken to her since that day, 2019. We all know the picture with Jay-Z. That's it.
Imagine how that would go, Trent. You don't hear from me ever again, Trent. You don't hear from me ever again. You imagine how that would go. The music business is a contact sport, but the business of music is a contract sport. So learning the business of music will allow us to operate in such transparency where it's wide open, and it won't even be a reason for any white noise or convolution, as the time goes on. And I think that's what was needed above everything else in 1501 is one word, transparency. And that comes from the CEO to the artist.
Just call it, I don't know, competitive nature from, playing sports and stuff. You used to people yelling at you and you go back and forth. So I kind of got caught up in that game a little bit, which I probably shouldn't have done because, I'm in a different game now, and I can't just, treat it as like a fan yelling at me and I get to yell back whatever and stuff like that. So like I say, man, just taking a different approach.
Do you regret standing with Tory Lanez, to the end?
Oh, the thing is with that, I don't stand with nobody in that situation. That's just not like none of my business. Like I say, you get caught up in the internet stuff and just, doing stuff just to, I don't know if we can just use the word petty or whatnot, because that's been a lot of petty stuff going on back. And I normally don't do stuff like that. So it's just, kind of like I said, I just got wrapped up into the whole scheme of things that was going on. And like I said, we all make mistakes. And, but to answer your question, like I'm not on nobody's side with that. I was just, I don't even know. You know what I'm saying?
We talked about this right here, honestly, about the Tory Lanez question. And it was like, at the end of the day, he doesn't know him. You know what I mean? It was like, once again, a guy that doesn't know the business of music, and that politics side. It's like when Carl hits the field and they were saying, hey, it's 150 million for a few years. That's what he got. It wasn't like, it's 150 million and here's 90 now. And give you a reason, So that understanding is different. Don't stand with this player because the Red Sox might not like him later. Like, he doesn't understand that's how we move in the business of music. So, and once again, rightfully so. One word, transparent.
Chelsea. Well. Now, this is when y'all need to be tweeting Rock Nation did it. Remember there was this whole thing going on social media. They said anything that go on social media is Rock Nation fault, right? Now I gotta tell you, it is her year. And let me tell you where he f***ed up. And they told on themselves, I was waiting on them. They said a whole lot of nothing. He kept looking up and looking down and looking back and talking fast. That's the fastest I ever seen that talk. You know what I'm saying? He sounded real nervous. It's because it's called discovery. Okay, so in lawsuits, you go through a discovery process and they discover things in contracts and paperwork or things that you've done that they can use against you, right? And they don't want that to come out because you got to understand he's a new label owner and he hasn't really produced any talent besides Megan, and that's barely there. So, that's neither here nor there. And he spent almost 2019, 2021, 4 years on social media dragging his only money-making artist to the point where she cut off communication with him. All she wanted to do was revamp her contract so that she can make a little bit more money. And Jay-Z and them could get a little bit more money because it was packed tight. And so she ended up using Jay-Z's lawyers to file a lawsuit against him. And what they found was probably really troubling. And it had a lot to do with probably the way they structured her contract. And let's not forget that Jay-Z and them are heavy hitters in this music business. They blackball for real. Okay, once they put the word out about you, not to sign with you, nobody's gonna do it. And besides, you got a CEO of a record label on social media dragging his artist. You don't see Yo Gotti doing that. You know what I'm saying? You don't see QC doing that. He the only one out here doing that. And I know he got emotional. Because he's like, I got a good thing and you just gonna come take my bitch. How you gonna take my bitch like that, Jay-Z? You gonna take all the bitches? You got Rihanna, you got Beyonce, you got all the bitches. Why? And so that's what it boils down to, okay? I could tell somebody was in the background. He was looking there and making sure. He was like, I had no problem with her. And I ain't on nobody's side. When it comes to Tori, I don't know. Just being petty. Listen, I ain't on nobody's side. Listen. I just want Megan to be happy. So it's called, they bowing out gracefully before things get sticky. They're going to allow her to renegotiate her contract. And she's probably going to part ways amicably. And they're just going to call it even. She keeps what she keeps. She don't got to pay them. And then they're going to go off and try to rebrand because he's probably trying to put said up contracts on employees that work for him, saying that he didn't know. So that's what that was there. Politics. Trying to get to a Rock Nation brunch. That's all. All right, moving on. Don't forget, today we are offering on shoptkdeals.com the sea moss drops. This is something that everybody needs to have in their diet. It has 98% of the vitamins and minerals that the body needs daily. We have this in mango. We also have it in pineapple. It has 10,000 milligrams of Irish sea moss, the same sea moss that Dr. Sebi preached about, and the same sea moss that a lot of the health gurus preach about as well. It also has spirulina, which is very potent in vitamins and minerals as well. It has zinc, burdock root, and vitamin C, okay? Use the coupon code TK10 to get your sea moss drops. This is our mushroom Vitamix, okay? The T-cell, NK cell Vitamix, very potent. The reviews on the website say everything. This is used to help optimize T cells, to help optimize natural killer cells, which kill off cancer cells in the body and things like that. It's been used in a ton of therapy. It's been in Chinese medicine for years, and people are raving about this. All you got to do is Google shiitake mushrooms. This is the way you need this about twice a week. And if you're not down with the powder, we do have the gummies, all right, which has all of that in there. Shiitake mushrooms. It also has the reishi mushroom, has the chaga, it has the white button. And so all of this is condensed down into the mushroom extract complex. And also we have the mushroom 10X, okay? That's available as well on shoptkdeals.com. Use the coupon code TK10 to get 10% off of your first order. Don't forget, guys, we are featuring the Koji Cocoa Soap. This is something that I use to help even my skin tone, clear dark marks and things like that. This is available on shoptkdeals.com. Use the coupon code TK10, okay? Be careful about using it on your face. Yes, it will lighten the dark marks, but it will lighten your face as well, and you don't want to be out here looking like Nene Leakes, okay? This is the Koji Cocoa Soap. We have the sugar case. I am so in love with the body oils, and you guys are too, because you're emailing me about them. These are body oils infused with like glazed donut fragrances. We also have watermelon squeeze. We have, let me put this up. We have the watermelon squeeze. We also have the Georgia peach body oil, okay? I usually put these on when I get out of the shower, wet, let them soak into the skin while the pores are open. And then, of course, I carry a bottle around to touch up. It doesn't leak. And that's one thing that I like about this Black-owned body oil company is that they don't leak all in your purse. I could travel with these. They don't spill. I don't know where the hell she got these bottles from or the oils, but she's doing her thing. You can access the sugar case on my website. Use the coupon code TK10 to get 10% off your first order. And last but not least, we have our top seller, which are the Active 8 fasting drops. If you are really trying to fast, if you are really trying to suppress your appetite, the right way, the Active 8 fasting drops is the way that you need to go. The reviews on the website speak for themselves. If you're looking for appetite suppression, which means you have to start first thing in the morning, okay? And you put the drops in your body, you put a little water in your body, and you just do a water fast throughout the day. People are emailing me saying, hey, Tasha, they work better than any type of Ozempic or semaglutide that's out there. It just helps to settle the gas in the stomach, and the stomach tells the brain that you're not hungry no more, okay? And so the fasting drops are available on shoptkdeals.com. Use the coupon code TK10 and let me know how much weight you've lost personally using the Active drops, okay?